Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Spoopies Graded Point Fives. Tonight we have Mr. Ben Fuselage, or however you pronounce your last name. I don't know.
Just say Fuse. It's fine.
Yeah, Mr. Ben Fuse. We'll go with that. Were you telling me you don't like being the body of an airplane? Is that what you'd rather not?
I think he's a rifle, isn't he?
Well, fuselage.
A fusilier is it's a rifleman. It's an old-timey word.
That is true, but I think that's the one spelled with Fusi. See, mine with an E.
Well, I mean, the French and the Belgians are all weird, so.
But hey, no, I mean, you got it.
Yeah, like I said, we got Mr. Ben here. Of course, we got Mike and Raptro. Piper's I don't know. We're gonna file a missing person report on Hot Piper at some point. And just so everybody knows, Stream Elements bots running Elements okay. Yeah. Everything is fine. Nothing is wrong.
Everything is not fine. Oh fuck! What did I do? Oh no! Here, I'm fucking. You know what? We're exporting this.
Okay.
I don't know what I did.
I'm showing that to everybody. As you can see, if you notice the overlay, we've been trying to make it a little more spoopy. And Raptro was trying to add some brightness to the jack-o'-lantern down here, and that's what happened.
Mistakes were made, and I don't know what.
The first one is just like October 1st and then October 31st.
It's I don't. He's seasoned to the infinite now.
I don't know what I did.
Oh, geez.
I can't undo it. It's like.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I had to share that because that's funny. You can't even go back and undo whatever this is. It's like.
No, I have to load a fucking previous fucking iteration.
So did you?
Whatever this is corrupted.
You did the opposite of what Fortnite did.
Yeah. Oh god, it's worse. It's so much fucking worse.
How'd you make it worse?
I don't know.
See,
my mans, are you okay?
Yeah. See, Ben, you go to a war campaign, you get dildos. You go over here and you get like weird happenings in Photoshop. So you got your options,
but
right?
Kind of. Well, I mean, y'all are like y'all are related. It's like y'all are cousins in the animal kingdom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like.
Wait a minute, that's the same image?
It's like you're not really related.
Yes!
How did you do this?
I don't know! I tried undoing something, and it's like, 1,000 times brighter now. It's actually hurting my eye.
Guys, I don't know how, but Raptro created the rainbow.
It's the witching hour on October 31st.
Okay, I take back what I said. I guess we are definitely related to War Campaign because this is super gay.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all.
This is
with
like
that.
unintentional.
Nothing at all.
Okay, there's is intentional.
Yeah. They did. Look, we're trying not to be and somehow still being gay. They are literally trying to take back holes. So it's a little bit different.
Look. It all counts. It's all under the same umbrella, you know.
That's right. Yeah, the big gay umbrella.
Oh Lord.
Rainbow umbrella. You know?
There you go. Yeah. Wonder if Tug's the one holding the umbrella. That would be a shock. This whole time it was Tug all along holding the gay umbrella.
Oh, that really makes sense.
Well, he is that umbrella guy, so hey, I mean, just saying. All right, let's stop talking about gay umbrellas and talk about Outlaw Knights.
Well, the two could technically be related.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey, you never know, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Got 5 viewers right now, and nobody's talking. That's great. That's a active chat tonight.
Okay, we don't need all that chatter.
That's right. who needs viewers?
We just do this for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I do that for OG Chan. Also, speaking of OG Chan, it is the week of OG Chan, so y'all should check out ogchan.com. Anyway.
Look, we already got
There you
one
go.
person shilling up here. We don't need...
Yeah, we need multiple people shilling.
Raptor,
don't
you
need a-
want to shill something?
Everybody's
while
got
you're up
shill.
there? Fuck.
I mean, I could, but you're not gonna like it.
Oh, God. I just looked at the name of your files. Oh fuck, 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 .png.
Had to export it as something.
Yeah. Oh, man. Somehow Raptro created rainbows. I don't know if that makes him the Jesus or the devil, but it's whatever, man. So, Ben, it's been a couple weeks since you've been on, brother. What is Outlaw Knights?
Well, Outlaw Knights is hopefully going to be the first of 6 issues, and I'd like to keep it going longer than that. It's going to be 48 pages, fully colored, of an awesome genre mix: sci-fi, western, crime, cyberpunk. Yeah. All these things wrapped in a sexy package. This story takes place about 1,000 years from now. Humanity has begun colonizing outer space,
Oh, shit.
but it's not quite as advanced as like Star Trek or Star Wars.
I was going to say more like
It's more like a
great.
new frontier.
Yeah, I was going to say it feels more like a Firefly style, like.
I hate
more-
to invite that comparison, but yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. A little more grungy and not as polished. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, and that's not.
Sort of-
I'm not trying to be. I'm not using that as a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mine's better. But
Yeah.
He's going to actually have a good ending.
Take that, Joss.
Hey man, Joss will take whatever he can get now.
Oof. Yeah, that's true.
Just a crumb of your food dust, my lady. Just a crumb.
Please, ma'am. Ma'am, please.
I made Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and look at me now.
I directed
Yeah.
Avengers 1 and 2.
You realize I had no idea just now, but I was actually just quoting Archer when I said that to you. When I went, well, I hate to invite that comparison.
Oh,
I
God,
was,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was totally channeling Archer.
Hey, there's worse things you could channel, in all honesty.
I remember we were talking the other week about Archer. That's
Yeah.
why
Phrasing.
it all comes back. It all comes full circle.
Yeah. And here's where the guy chops off the dude's arm, because that's probably my favorite part of the preview pages. It's just,
He's fucking
Man.
angry.
yeah.
That's Taurus.
The one thing I would say you need to add to that is just a big sound effect that's like thump.
Thunk. Yeah.
Well, I mean, go scroll down one.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. Oh, so we got a little context of what happened here, huh? I swear, Aurelia said they left him. They left him to take the heat. I knew trusting Ivory was a mistake. Smack.
Yep.
I guess he didn't like him talking about Ivory, huh?
Yeah, but what well, it's basically it was Taurus's idea to trust Ivory in this situation. So he's basically saying like, "Oh, that was a stupid idea," and it's like, "What did you just say?"
Right in front of the guy, right in front of whose idea it was. Probably not the best idea to say, especially when
Exactly.
just looking at the crew, he's got a penchant for chopping off limbs.
He definitely is very
profound.
erratic.
Yeah. Because it's funny because he's looking here, he's sitting all calm and everything, and then next thing you know, I'm just going, I just chopped his hands off.
my man Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, the story was about it's about Cyrus Lawson, who's the security guard looking guy, not the one in that picture.
Okay. Not this one.
In a second one, actually.
Okay.
He's running down the hall after
Question
the
mark
person
man?
that you could,
Yeah.
the person you could possibly be
Yeah.
if you want to get that tier, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Ben, I got to ask
Cyrus.
I got to ask one question here.
So,
What if the person who purchased that ends up being a black man? Don't you think you might have jumped the gun here a little bit?
that's it. Look, we are fully willing. I'm fully willing to go back and have whatever needs to be changed.
I know.
We are all inclusive here.
I know. I'm just joking. I was like,
I know. I'm fucking.
It was just funny. Like, I was like, we're going to assume that the white man is going to fight this.
Where's that paint bucket?
Like
icon
I was
again?
I was on Red Valkyrie last night, and I was thinking like, oh, I might actually have to change it to a woman. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there
you
you
know.
go. You do what you got to do, right? I mean, are these done digitally or?
Yeah.
Okay, well then it makes it a little bit easier to.
There's going to be 10 pages that are going to be done by hand, and those are going to be available on the Comic Plus artwork. Where, you know, pretty much we're going to do sort of a first come, first serve kind of thing with that, where it's like, who backs basically gets their pick of the litter, and we go down the list from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of simplify it and make it fair, you know.
Right.
Incentive to back, of course.
Right.
Cyrus. Sorry. Cyrus essentially, you know, he's working a security job on a really small, out of the way colony called Therese. He just kind of wants some peace. He wants some quiet. You know, it's a very small settlement. You know, it's kind of an equivalent of a small town vibe. You know, for this time period, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a
it's you know pretty much by page 2 though that dream is out the window.
Right.
To be kidnapped by pirates who are basically coming to Therese to find a vital piece of data, which is going to lead them somewhere that I cannot tell you where.
It's because spoilers, right?
Yep.
No spoilers. Yeah.
spoiler. It's gonna spoil.
You know.
But
Meets a colorful cast of characters, you know, fun adventure and a lot of action. I'll tell you that. One book we've got, you know, it's like I keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because I know that's like, you know, a very big complaint.
Yeah.
Modern day, too many scenes of like people just sitting down and blah 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 blah. blah. And
Yeah.
it's like,
I don't need to okay, you know. You're going to make me go on a tangent here. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I don't need to see superheroes eating dinner, right? Unless it's like an actual scene where that's a necessity, right? That it sets up for something else. You know, I don't need to see that. I understand how the human body works. I understand that everybody poops. I don't need to see Superman dropping trowel and taking a shit. Just saying. You know, unless, of course, like I said, it furthers the story in some way. Like it was, and you know, an emergency happened, and Superman was in the middle of, you know, taking a shit, and then, you know, LexCorp building's about to fall down, and he's like trying to pull his pants up, trying to.
Vital.
Yeah.
That is vital storytelling.
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah. But you know, it's just like I think the one that stuck out to me most was I think it was the last issue of XMen that came out for Marvel. And they had this whole scene where, like, you know, he had just found out the issue before that, like, Mr. Sinister was behind a lot of the shit that he's been going through. And he's talking to this other person, and they're all like, you know, yeah, we need to do something about it. And then this other person walks in the room with food, and it says, now, before you go, you know you want to have something to eat. I'm like, oh, my God, no, that's not how superheroes work.
So...
that is really like peculiar though, how it's like it's just this it's this trend you're seeing in
Mhm.
like writers who don't even know each other, just writing
The same
like,
kind of bullshit.
we
Yep.
need something that just completely back from the plot,
Mhm.
and you know, like,
Yeah. Were you gonna say
We
Rapture?
need a
Well,
pooping
hey.
superhero.
Well, this gets into the thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, where it was like, so I'm a stupid idiot and I still buy comics.
Mm-hmm. What a moron.
You poor boy.
God
Yeah.
bless. You
And
could save
so
that
I
money
picked
and
up-
like back Outlaw Knights. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, yeah, that's my
and
bad.
that is, you know, it's always a good idea.
But recently I purchased Ghost Rider #1, the reboot series, right?
Mm-hmm.
The book is slow. I've got a couple problems with it, but it's decent nonetheless, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I get to the letter from the writers,
Uh-oh.
which I am posting right now,
Okay.
and I will
Boy.
read it. I'm just gonna read the first paragraph, but
Well, let me throw it up on the
congratulations.
thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Congratulations, true believer. You've just read the first installment of a guaranteed classic. How does it feel to live deliciously, to exist on the cutting edge of pop
God.
culture, and ultimately the right side of history?
Oh dear God.
Can you already hear the collector's value of this issue skyrocketing? I hope you're wearing white gloves right now. What about the infinitely higher sentimental value? Rising every second, right? Exactly. We are pulling the greatest heist of all time now. We're stealing your heart.
I'd want to throw that into the fucking garbage immediately as soon as I read that. No matter how fucking like good the story was, I'd be like, you know what, fuck you. You don't get to judge how I view this goddamn comic. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You pretentious piece of shit. Holy fuck, am I pissed off? Oh!
I figured
I think it's great. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
it is because
Like that's the sort of thing that you write in tongue in cheek for something, for like a comedy, like a one-off or something.
Mm-hmm.
On the right side of history with this Ghost Rider issue.
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, it's such a slow start to the series. Like, I don't even like it kind of gives you a hint that, like, okay, Johnny Blaze is going to have to defend his place as the king of hell. There are other, like, greater demons that want to take over. Mephisto is trapped in a place called Hotel Inferno on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny Ketch just doesn't ever want to be the Ghost Rider again.
Right.
Which that all sounds like really good setup.
Yeah.
And then you would imagine there'd be like a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. But no.
No. Literally the setup is like, oh, people are coming after Johnny Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And also, can I just say, can people at Marvel, since the man is fucking dead, can you never say True Believer again? Can y'all just not do that? I mean, you already got like the company that was, Stanley still using his account, and posting shit.
It's all a brand to them.
Yeah. So I mean, could we not do that? That'd be great.
I need to find the picture of because like there's one character that they're not saying is trans, but that character is just so minor that I hope it's not a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a bartender who works at the bar Danny Ketch runs.
Mm-hmm.
But my other problem is with the design of like lesser villain or a group of lesser villains who work for Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
And when I show them to you, you are going to be upset.
Okay.
If I can ever find it.
So while you're looking for that, let's discuss what Ben was mentioning earlier, which a friend of ours and sometimes co-host Cab has brought up too, about how, like you said, it's funny how they all have this similar writing style, right? They want to take superhero books and make them like slice of life.
Think more like Golden Girls.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Cab has this theory, which I think is not wrong, that these people, their entire grasp of human interaction came from television.
Like they didn't watch good television, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, I mean they watch shit. You know, they probably watched Friends a few times, or something like that while they were growing up, and they thought, "Oh, this is how humanity works." No, that's yeah. Let's everybody sit around a coffee shop and drink coffee and eat cookies. That's how everybody hangs out, right?
And it's like a crisis is basically somebody just kind of like being in a bad mood or something. You know, it's that kind of thing.
All right, let's look at this art. Oh, well, for one thing, this art.
So that's the redesign of Lilith.
That looks terrible.
Yeah, it looks like the Gangrene Gang from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. It does, really. Yeah. It's like, yeah. They're all on scooters. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Wrong. That's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cape at first, but it's supposed to be like a see-through skirt.
It's like it's a dress thing.
That just, I remember when Lilith was kind of sexy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
You can't have that anymore.
Oh no.
The one thing I do have to say, like, there are some really, really good panels in the book, and I really like this design. Whenever it decides to upload. There we go. But Johnny
cool.
Blaze as the King of Hell, like his skull in Ghost Rider form has like a crown of horns.
Yeah, that looks cool.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
That's neat.
But it's also like, I'm a big fan of Ghost Rider, but holy shit, this almost kind of makes me not want to continue.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
He's gone mad with power.
Maybe he just doesn't want to give up the crown of hell because there's literally no one else that deserves it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
all that white privilege is swelling in his body.
Yeah, that's what it is. I am the king of hell. I'm the king of hell. Well, you remember what Tywin Lannister said. Anybody who has to keep calling themselves the king is no true king. So the author already broke the first rule.
Yeah, and there's like a little teaser thing at the end of the book for like, hey, like, look, we're kind of teasing the next issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting another female Ghost Rider, which is cool. It's not Alejandra Blaze, which they could have easily just brought into the story. It's just, it looks like kind of generic ginger woman.
Wait.
Oh my fucking god, is it Squirrel Girl? Here, I'm gonna fucking post this goddamn panel.
No.
Like,
and maybe we can be like, okay, yeah, Squirrel
please,
Girl.
please, for the love of God.
What? I don't think that's Squirrel Girl.
Think that's.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, let me.
I hope not, but.
This place is driving. That's
my what is it?
Your God, your science, your atheism, your Zool.
Almighty atheismo.
Atheismo.
I think that was from a Futurama.
No, but this new character is the granddaughter of the caretaker. They're pulling the fucking movie lore into the fucking book.
Oh jeez.
Whatever. But sure, why not? Fuck it. Nothing matters anymore.
Yeah, nothing matters. None of it matters.
Anywho, she's the daughter of the caretaker, and she's like, I know everything about Ghost Rider. Here, I'm just gonna post the thing, and you can fucking look for yourself. It's genuinely like disheartening.
When you say post the thing, you mean a perfectly legal copy of...
like this is my digital copy. I am allowed to do with it whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We can only show like
I bought the book.
Oh, I know, but I just think I think by law you can only show like a few pages. Without
we've
without
only
getting
done like
1,
2, 3 pages.
Okay, so let's right off the bat. It's a female.
All right.
It's a frumpy female.
Oh no.
Because females are not allowed to be attractive anymore.
Would you want them to be attractive, you monster?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, like every other man in the world would want them. Unless there's some soy boy who can't get a good looking woman. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I thought I already knew all there was to know about the spirits. I was wrong.
Go.
All the knowledge of the Ghost Riders into me. Wouldn't it have gone into your parents or something first? One of your parents before it went to you? Just isn't that how it's supposed to work?
Have we established that this is Squirrel Girl?
I'm wondering now. I'm really wondering if this isn't actually Squirrel Girl.
It's like one of those crossovers, you know?
Yeah.
That's what has me worried, and that's why I'm very, very apprehensive.
Between this and what DC is planning to do, y'all heard about that one?
Oh no.
Oh, you haven't heard? Oh my gosh. Don't know when. Probably next year. Which is, once again, where we always have to do it. We can't have just stories. We have to do events all the time, right? There always must be an event, or we can't sell books or something, right? Next year, DC is starting an initiative called 5G, and no, it's not a wireless standard.
But it'll still cause cancer.
It definitely will cause cancer. The initiative is they're going to retire all their heroes and replace them with new people.
Oh, yeah. No, well, I heard they were replacing Batman, but I didn't know that
everybody's getting replaced.
Literally everyone.
Every older, like traditional, hero is going to get like replaced.
Oh, great.
Their earnings are going to get replaced.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to say this.
Are you sure about that?
I'm going to say this, and I don't usually I usually say this about, anybody, especially business and stuff like that. AT&T, you're having a big shareholder thing at the end of this month. I beg you, put a bullet into DC Comics. Put a bullet through it and be done with it. Just kill it. Just kill it now.
It's like let it go out while it at least has like some shreds of dignity left. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So they're going to replace Batman with Luke Fox because, who the fuck is any of the other Bat family, right?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about, Dick Grayson or Jason Todd or Batgirl,
Yeah, like that's the thing is like they have this female initiative. It's like, why not Barb? What the hell is wrong with Batgirl? Like, where's her series?
And who's going to replace Wonder Woman? I mean, the only person who I could think would be Donna Troy, but they're not going to do Donna Troy. Will it be Wonder Girl? Will it be Cassie? Probably not. There's talks that Superman will be replaced by Jonathan Kent because everybody loves Jonathan Kent.
It's bizarre.
Aren't they doing like 2 puberty stories?
Yeah.
Right now.
You mean his father, Jonathan Kent?
No, his son, Jonathan Kent.
Okay, I'm thinking like, wait, we're doing like the whole thing when they made Bruce Wayne's dad the Batman or something. Mm-hmm. Like you're doing that for Superman. Like God.
Say what you will, but that Batman was pretty cool.
I just think, I don't like all this, like, oh, let's keep rearranging it with the what ifs. I'm like kind of tired of that, know?
I get you. I know what you mean. It's kind of like during the late 90s, early 2000s when, Elseworlds, Kingdom Come was such a big hit that DC thought, oh, that's such a great idea. Let's try to somehow make it canon. Like, no, it's an Elseworlds, you idiot. You don't know. You don't. The whole point of Elseworlds is you're telling stories you wouldn't be able to tell in continuity.
Oh yeah, that.
Which is
It's like the
something I
Dragon
think
Ball Z
DC
movie.
should be more adoptive to, instead of, doing what they're doing now. Why can't there be Elseworlds tales about this younger generation of heroes? I like what somebody said earlier today, which I said, you know what, you're probably right. It says, look, let's just cut through everything, make every major superhero a 15-year-old black girl, so so Bendis can satisfy his 15-year-old daughter's thing or something. I do not understand Bendis. Okay, yeah, Bendis. Okay, we get it. You have a daughter. We get it that you want her to have representation. You don't need to make every one of your characters a 15-year-old black girl that is super intelligent. Who wants
Oh, is that why he does it?
Yes, that's exactly why he does it. Who wants to think that Bendis' daughter is actually dumb as a post?
His wife's child. Oh no.
His wife's child. my wife's daughter. Like, well, wait, what? What's going on here? But no, yeah, I'm just. That's why I say, like AT&T, just pull a bullet in DC. Just do it. Be done with it. There's no need to like try to continue you need to end its suffering at this point, right? Just.
Yeah.
No, DC's is so great.
And then
I'm so glad
And then this other thing that's going on. When you got XMen, it seems like having from what I understand, a pretty decent resurgence with Jonathan Hickman's work. And now you got people that was reposted by Bleeding Cool that are saying that it's an allegory to white supremacy. The X-Men. The X-Men are allegories to white supremacy.
I mean, basically everything is an allegory to white supremacy at this point. So
I'm okay.
I don't think you're okay, man. I think you.
Whatever happened to Doc J and whatever the fuck- or Doc Justice? That's
Doc
it.
Justice and the JT.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care.
It's almost like nobody buys the Runaway comic.
All I know is the world is not fair and the world is not right.
I was thinking about a while back. I was thinking about possibly releasing another version of Outlaw Knights where I replace all my dialogue with just like social justice approved everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a total shit show of a book.
Instead of using gendered pronouns, use like Z and Zer, and
it's like instead of like talking about what's actually going on in the scene, they're just like accusing each other of like different microaggressions and
like that one guy gets his arm chopped off for misusing someone's pronouns.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. He's like, he said, well, he's like, how dare you misuse their pronoun?
Thing that would be approved, see if it wins an award.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind, like, the thing is like somebody's cool and they're not like an idiot, I don't mind, using their, the pronouns that they would like to go by, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that one.
It's when they're cock about it. That's when.
Yeah, it's like that one person who I read their article, their Medium article a few months ago about Vic Mignogna, and they consider themselves gender neutral, so I used them and they, out of respect because they weren't, like you said, they weren't a cock about it,
Well, no, like it's like I'm not an asshole, it's like I'm not gonna like try to insult somebody or whatever, but it's like it's this overemphasis on it to where it's like it's gotta become like the new lexicon of the world, like everybody's got to be on top of it, like.
Mm-hmm. And I know it kind of feels like that to them, but at the same time, it's just nobody cares outside of these people.
But it's like, but that's the thing. It's like, it's just this overblown obsession and it's like so ridiculous,
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's like, hey, let's just keep bringing up dumb shit, like
It's like every year, it's like we come up with something new to be butthurt by, and it's like at some point you just gotta stop and be like, the world's unfair, but like, what are we gonna do now? How are we gonna respond?
Yeah. That's what I love when people say, "Oh, but the world is so unfair." Yeah, I know. One of the people on this panel is a Native American. I'm pretty sure he knows the world's unfair.
Oh Lord.
A lot of shit happened that sucked, but not all of it completely sucked. And it's like we did some things right, and like
somebody said it best. If you have humanity, you're going to have conflict, right?
Yeah.
Of some kind or another. The best you can do is try to work through that content. Conflict. I mean, that's all you can do. You either do it or don't. I mean, it's kind of like, Raptro. I mean, you told the story on air, so I don't think you matter. Like, Raptro, when you went to the gas station the other day, and
Oh yeah.
And the guy just assumed you worked there because you have a darker complexion and look a Mexican,
Yeah.
But he gave you $30, so hey, right? It was 30, right? No, 20, 20. That's right. You paid 30 for your gas, and he gave you 20.
Yeah.
So really, you only paid $10 for gas. So
Yeah.
So yeah, Ben. What happened is because you're in, is it Oregon?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
He lives in Oregon. Raptro does.
Okay.
And you're not allowed to pump your gas there. Like some kind of savage, because people are too. They got two like little baby hands in Portland or something. In Oregon, they can't pick up a gas pump and pump their own gas.
Yeah, sure. That's why, and totally not state mandated jobs.
Well, it might be state mandated jobs, but it's still about your prissy boys in that state.
Yeah.
That's kind of the height of it, though. I mean, what was it? That was a job back in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that was what they called a full service gas station.
That's because they haven't gotten rid of the laws from the 50s in Oregon.
But they, like you said, they hold on to them because they can say, "See, we still create jobs."
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so he was getting his gas pumped, and then were you waiting outside your car? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. And this guy pulls up and hands him, a 20 and says, he's put 20 in it. He's like, okay. And then he gets in his car and leaves, which I think that's no problem because the guy gave him $20.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I get why that's,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he just assumed because of his complexion that he was a pumping gas.
I mean, that just reminds me of Joe Biden, really.
Joe Biden says these. He says the most hilariously racist things and doesn't realize that he's doing it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. It's like that's basically what that was like a Joe Biden moment.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he was being nice, and he was being totally racist.
I love the Indians. I'm not talking, but I'm talking about the ones from India, not natives. He's like, I love those Indians, man. You can't go to a 7-Eleven without finding an Indian. I'm like, did he really just say that? I was like, well, thanks, Joe. That was a stereotype. And what did he say? Remember what he said about Obama? Remember that? People are really excited for this guy, man, because he's articulate, he speaks well, and he's clean. I'm like,
Jesus God. Oh my God.
I said, I'm surprised you didn't call him boy. I bet Robert Byrd called him boy.
God. Jeez.
Bitter One says in the chat, Raptros, start going to the Goodwill and looking for gas station shirts.
I'm good.
No, man, that's like free fucking money, man.
Shirt, yeah. Like,
He
like
just
you're
gets-
saying,
he just-
invest money into this. Like I apparently just get money for free.
Just existing at a gas station.
Just hang out outside of a gas station. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Like one of those moments on Arrested Development, you know, like I think like the guy goes up to Lucille's window with the oranges and she like maces him, you know.
Oh man, I don't. That's a stupid mess in the world. Why do we
People are
put
Good
it?
stuff.
Yeah. But all you can do is laugh at it, right? I mean, you can't.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, yeah.
Laugh all the way to the man.
I mean, you laughed at $20 in your pocket. I mean, hey.
That's why, you know, like that's part of why I write, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't hate it too much because on one hand, he assumed that you're one of the slave caste, and the other hand, you got $20.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's kind of that exchange, I guess.
It's funny because I actually spent that $20 during the last episode we did, where I was out getting Little Caesars.
Mm-hmm.
I used it for pizza money and to get .hack.gu collection for PS4.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
There you go.
So
He's got his reparations.
reparations from the white woman. I mean, the white man.
Mm-hmm.
I say white woman automatically because of that thing with that bit that somebody did about Stone Cold finding his true heritage.
Deborah.
He the guy decked him out in like the South African colors.
Oh, no.
You like the yellows and the reds and the greens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was decked all out in that and everything, and he's like coming to the ring on his ATV, and they said, and you know, the guys who were playing with him, he's like, "What the hell is this?" And he says, "I'll tell you what the hell this is. I will no longer be known by my slave name. I will now be known as K. Malik Shabazz Austin. I will not be held down by the white woman named Deborah."
God, I love that entire rendition of the Stone Cold theme where it's just him talking about beating Deborah.
Yeah.
Beat Deborah.
And the thing is
Hell yeah.
it's not really that funny because he actually did beat his wife. But
Oh no, that makes it funnier.
Goodness.
Fuck it, I forget who posted the picture.
we support spousal abuse here on Graded Point Live.
Oh no, I don't support it, but I think the entire situation is hilarious. I'm gonna laugh at both parts.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like they both started it kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. But somebody fucking duct taped a Stone Cold Steve Austin figure to the back of like a car with like a rear or backup camera, and I got a lot of shit in DMs for saying this on Twitter, but I was like, why would somebody do that to Deborah's car? And they're like, why are you making fun of spousal abuse? And it's like, because it was funny.
Yeah.
It's a horrible situation. The only really wound for it is time and comedy. That's all you can do. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're saying that. It's not like you're like saying, "Oh, well, maybe he should have beat Deborah or whatever." But
you made it.
No, you're making fun of the fact that it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I lost my train of thought.
Like I said, you lost your train of thought there, didn't you? I literally heard it. I heard you lose your train of thought.
You know, I have to wonder though, because it's like, did he really beat Deborah, or did she just sell really well?
Damn it!
The hell?
There goes our demonetization.
Yeah.
Person?
Well, do you know what selling means, Ben? In wrestling terms?
What?
Do you know what selling means in wrestling terms?
Not really.
Okay. Selling in wrestling terms means that like you take a hit or you get hit with a steel chair and I mean obviously they're not really getting knocked out, right? But you're selling it. You're like you act like you're knocked out.
Mhm.
That's what selling
yeah.
means. Yeah. So that's the joke. That's like, did she?
Say all of wrestling.
Yeah. It's all fake. I mean, or what should I say? I should say it's fake. How do they word it? They don't word it. I mean,
It's scripted.
Yeah, it's scripted entertainment, but the moves are real.
Well, again, my favorite thing was just the way South Park handled that. You know, how they were auditioning people for their wrestling league, and how they're getting these actors who are like all about theater.
Yeah,
that's yeah. If they're athletic, then it's actually works out.
Hey man, I love me some melodrama.
Let me. I'm gonna take a little side trip here. Let's show the some of these character models for WWE 2K20.
Oh no!
Holy crap!
Here we go. Let's see if they're all on the screen. Yep. All right, boys.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So let's start from the top. This character, for one thing, this character is a blonde, not a brunette. So they screwed that up. I don't okay, we get that Charlotte Flair is Ric Flair's daughter, but they really tried to make her look like Ric Flair here. Dusty Rhodes here, it looks like they tried to make his face his face looks like it's sinking in the middle.
God, this horror DLC pack looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Edge here is cross-eyed for some reason. Hulk Hogan just looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I didn't really want to show it for this, brother.
Did you say the word? I did. What did it cost? Everything.
Everything?
They wouldn't scan my face for 2K20, brother.
And they gave John Cena his new hairdo, even though it's looks like ass. They hit Kurt Angle with a shovel.
Repeatedly.
That looks nothing like Mandy Rose. And hold on. Let's get a picture of her. Yeah, here. Okay, there you go. It's a good picture. All right, that's what Mandy Rose is supposed to look like. Tell me that looks like her.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look. Oh God, it's so terrible. What the hell? I didn't even notice Matt Hardy earlier. It looks like half his face got chopped off.
Yeah.
And then they put somebody else's face up there. You can actually see a declining the delineation line in his forehead. You see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
They literally they put somebody else's face on top of his face.
Raptro thinks that that they use the same model for everyone.
I wouldn't doubt it. Let's see. Molly Holly, I mean, her face is very angular. She always had a kind of a chubby face.
I honestly though, I think that Molly Holly is genuinely the worst at.
The worst one, you said?
Yeah, because if we can actually pull up a picture of her running in for that entrance if I can find. She doesn't that's. No, they pulled down the comparative picture.
They pulled it down.
Yeah.
Bitter One says that's why it's hard being Matt Hardy. You lose half your face in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it really is funny how fucked up some of these are. Because they look even worse. You got to remember those are still renders.
Yeah.
Do you want to see Molly Holly in actual gameplay?
Sure.
Or just a picture from actual.
Yeah.
In engine. Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's see this. Oh no. Oh my.
It gets worse. And,
That doesn't even look like the same person.
No.
You know, I remember I said her face is more rounded. You know, she had more of a round face. Yeah, they did that and took it to the extreme. Like, that's Edge's face. That looks like Edge.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking Edge.
Yeah. Damn. It just.
Oh dear God, that's terrible. Ugh. Let's go back here. Paige, once again, got cross-eyed. Peyton Royce looks like she's about to get hit by a truck. I don't think they looks like Rhea Ripley. That doesn't even look like the same, like who she's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Ricochet looks like the he looks like the most bored black man in the entire history of the world. He's like, And like Rapture said, Ronda Rousey's eyes look like they just follow you everywhere. Tyler Breeze's head is misshapen. Especially up here in the dome.
Oh, no. Here's The Rock.
Oh, boy. Okay, I'll show that in a second. I want to get through these. The Undertaker looks like his face is actually melting off. Well, I don't want to be here anymore. And then Zelina Vega, I don't really care. Okay, let me see this. Oh! What?
What? This dude's been in video games for 20-something years, and this is how they do him now.
Get me see if you can find me a screenshot of SmackDown Shut Your Mouth of The Rock. Because
wow. It is actually slightly better.
that's what I was getting at. Like, I had a feeling it would look better. Yeah, see? This is a 15-year-old game.
Jesus.
And this is supposed to be a brand new one.
Yeah.
I mean, we were asking for the N64 version of wrestling games back, but I don't think we meant like this.
I honestly think the N64 games would look better. God, people, save your money. Go pay $14.99 and get Chikara. Saw some people playing that the other night.
Yeah.
It was looked pretty fun.
Get Chikara and Outlaw Knights.
Yeah,
That was what I was gonna say.
get Chikara for your video games, but since it's only $14.99, that means you can afford Outlaw Knights because you ain't got to buy, a $60 game. You can, you'll have saved money, and you'll still save money if you get the book. It's $25, right?
You know what? You don't even need to get the game. You can just get Outlaw Knights.
Look, some people want interactive games, and I'm trying to help them out here. I'm just, or you could just
someday there will be an Outlaw Knights video game, and we'll blow the hell out of all of them.
Yeah, there you go. Outlaw Knights video game, wrestling optional.
Ultimate, the ultimate epic RPG.
See, for $50, you can get 2 Outlaw Knights.
The first open universe RPG.
Yeah, I think you could beat. You probably would beat. What's it called?
Star Citizen?
Yeah, you could beat Star Citizen to market.
Everything is going to beat Star Citizen. My death will come before Star Citizen.
And you're a young man.
Sure.
I don't know how old you are. I mean, you're in your 20s,
I don't
right?
fucking know. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's a Zoomer.
Yeah, that's right. You are a Zoomer. I forget.
He's a Zoomer. He's a Zoomer. He's a Zoomer. Oh, he's a Zoomer.
Psyched for the Final Fantasy VII remake.
I'd hold off on excitement for that, man. They're gonna charge you $60 for the third of the game.
Oh, but it's because they're making it longer.
Longer doesn't always mean
I'm totally fine with that. 7 is my favorite game of all time. The more of it they give me, the better.
But 15 was a long game.
Oh, I do not think 15 was a long game. I think it was way too short, actually.
Oh, I agree for like actual story segments, but like, hey, here's a boss battle that takes 3 real world days.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Well, it could be like that. What was the first one that was MMO 11? Was there
Yeah.
Yeah, first. It could have been like that one. There was that one boss they had on 11 that I think they're still fighting it.
I think the server shut down before they killed it.
I think it did get killed, but I think it took them constantly fighting literally a week to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I mean,
Like living Dragon Ball Z in real life.
Yeah.
Just lots of angry screaming.
Lots of anger, and it just taking an arduously slow time to win in 5 minutes,
What's hilarious, though, is like that particular, because I read up on it, that particular battle, I think it was a dragon that they were trying to kill in Final Fantasy 11. And I'm not joking. This wasn't like they, go try and die and again go try and die and go try and die and then keep coming back. No, literally for one solid week, it was like almost like they were doing it in shifts. So more people would show up to keep the fight going, so other people could log off.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like kept going back, So people were just like, constantly adding to the battle. I think eventually they said like 10,000 people were fighting this one fucking dragon.
Howdy, X.
What's going on? You talking about the Final Fantasy 11 boss fight against Comet?
See, I like how he just heard the tail end of that and he knew exactly what I was talking about.
I was listening to the show before I got in.
Yeah. So yeah, if I remember, didn't it take him like when they first started fighting it, it took a solid week of constant fighting to kill it?
I don't think they killed it. I think they got close.
And then they reset it.
Right, because Final Fantasy 11 does a weekly reset.
Oh.
And it's like every 6-7 days, because Vana'diel has its own weird calendar. It's like that they tune specifically to their maintenance. It's like 7 or 8 day week.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since I played 11.
Okay. They finally got it. They killed it in 18 hours. They needed to run it multiple times. But in the 18 hours, people passed out due to sleep deprivation. Many shit themselves or pissed themselves, and a few puked.
Ow.
Ow.
I could be remembering the story wrong, but how I remember it was originally you weren't supposed to be able to beat him. And they just sat there and they fought him because the reason you weren't supposed to be able to beat him because it was like high health and regen rate.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just, outpaced his regen with DPS. And that's where that story came from. I think eventually they updated it so that you could kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was absolute virtue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what happened in like the old Ultima Online, wasn't it? Like people broke into the Lord British's castle even though he wasn't supposed to be like killable.
Okay, so what happened with that particular one is that there was an event that was going on, and Lord British was on stage, and he's typically supposed to be unkillable.
Yeah.
But it's only if he turns on his invulnerability first.
Mm-hmm.
During the event, so many people logged on that it crashed the server, and everyone logged back in, and he forgot to turn his invulnerability on.
Oh yeah, and then one person, like, for shits and giggles, threw a fireball at him and got a damage number.
He's like, haha, you fools, you can't kill Lord British, he's unkillable, and he fucking dies right there. And a fucking riot broke out.
Yeah.
It had to be stopped by the mods teleporting everyone to space.
Didn't somebody steal his shit too?
Yes!
And then, like, everyone was trying to kill the person who stole his stuff.
Yes!
Wow.
I remember some fucked up stories from Ultima Online. I remember, I think Richard Garriott told this story, was that some thief had robbed somebody, another player, and he went and got stuff back from the thief, and then told the character playing the not to steal again, or Lord British would ban him. He's like, why? Playing my role. I have all these thief skills that let me steal, and you're getting on me about playing my character.
I'm an assassin. I should be allowed to kill your character.
Yeah.
Or at least make an attempt, because he's technically unkillable. Technically,
Yeah.
Look, I'm owed the attempt.
I
One
think.
gay op.
Did y'all ever hear what happened to like Richard Garriott in real life?
oh no, what happened?
Somebody cast fireball on him.
Or no. Well, Richard Garriott literally lives in a castle, right?
Yeah, he's a bit of a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. No, I don't say eccentric. I think would be a better. From what I understand, he's a nice guy. He's just very
Yeah,
eccentric.
he's a nice guy. He's just
Very eccentric.
very, very strange man.
So, okay. So obviously, there's a castle here. So I think that would like make it. It makes it a very big target for thieves, right?
You'd think.
So this guy decided he was going to break into this castle.
He broke into Lord British's castle.
He broke into Lord British's castle. Now here's the best part. I'm not even joking. I guess the guy figured out who he was. I guess he might have actually been an Ultima fan, right? Because he's in the house, and then fucking Richard Garriott stands. He comes out of his room at the foot of the at the top of the stairs, and the guy was at the foot of the stairs, and he's holding a broadsword.
There you go.
And and the guy says, "I'm looking for Lord British." And Richard Garriott says, "I am Lord British."
Many have tried to slay Lord British. If you try, you will not be victorious today.
He would always one thing he would always Richard Garriott was always big into he would cosplay the characters from his games.
And he'd always make a Lord British somehow in every fucking game. Tabula rasa, he was Lord Commander British.
Yeah. Had a cool costume in that
Lord
too.
British. Yeah.
I found out through that because I had a friend who went to a meet and greet for when Tabula Rasa when it launched. I found out he doesn't really do much of the development. It's more his brother who deals with development and stuff. I thought that was interesting. He's basically the hype man when it comes to that stuff.
Everybody knows who Lord British is, but nobody knows Lord British's brother.
Exactly.
Well, it's also could have been that Lord British sitting there doing those fucking Ultimate games by himself for.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he did his time. It's time for his brother to shine. Hype up.
You know what? I think you guys are just giving him a bad rap. I'm personally a fan of Lord Isle of Wight.
Who that?
Who?
What are you trying to say?
The Isle of Wight, the fucking small fucking island off the coast of. I'm not even of
Lord
your fucking.
Lord Limeyland?
Oh my god.
Lord Limey. Ben's over here is I thought we were going to talk about my book. You
have a book? Oh yeah, that thing I bought.
Yeah, it's this book called Outlaw Knights. It's essentially an anthology based on rock and roll. It's also got some shots at comic skaters in it, know.
Are you sure that's not Deadbeats? What you're trying to...
Sorry.
Yeah. No, we showed that last.
This sounds.
Yeah, we showed that last week.
Sounds very familiar.
No, are you talking about Meathan Van Scrobble's Living Temple?
Yeah, Living Temple. Yeah. Living Temple. So that's out. Meathan Van Scrobbles is the greatest comic book creator of all time. In case you didn't know,
he's really really eccentric and he's a genius. His work is very prolific, but it is very difficult to find copies of it anywhere. It's near impossible.
You cannot find the first issue of Robotoad on eBay.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that Universal Studios purchased the movie rights to Robot Toad and Iguanatron 30 years ago, and they've just they've wanted it so no one else could have it.
So, no, what's even better is they actually made the movie but never released it. They just showed it at Christmas parties.
Oh, like the Roger Corman Fast 4?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that doesn't exist, Xavier. What are you doing? Get out of here. Has anybody ever seen the Roger Corman Fantastic Four here?
I have.
Oh, I love it.
I have too. It is good. It's not that. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen. It was just the one thing that really gets me is that the end shot where the Fantastic Four are waving at the camera, and you can literally see Thing's hand, but you see the broomstick that's stuffed up his hand that they're making it wave with. You cannot find a more competent. Oh, Mata says you cannot find a more competent rip-off artist than Van Scrabbles.
I'm sorry. What did you just say about Ethan Van Scrabble?
Holy shit!
Rip-off
Oh
artist.
shit! Them's fighting words.
Yeah, we're gonna have some little fisticuffs going here. Marquise of Queen Bee.
Here we go.
I hope you're not in Virginia, because if I remember correctly, Nez, part of his big lawsuit against Twitter involves fighting words in Virginia.
Listen, Mata Nui, just like actual Bionicles, I'll fucking cancel you.
Oh.
Goodness.
Run, Mata, run.
Leave him alone. He's just a boy.
Yeah, leave the boy alone.
Mata Nui, bring us the Aramui.
Waiting a year to say that.
I still. Sorry, I'm just looking. I'm looking at that rock comparison from 2K20. 2K20. I mean, as in 2K 2020 versus SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, which came out in 2003. That still bugs me.
I mean, Mike and I were talking about it earlier, and the $130 20th anniversary SmackDown edition. Maybe they meant the 20th anniversary of the first SmackDown PS1 game.
Oh, you think that's what they're doing here? They're going back to those visuals. I think those visuals still look better than
A little blocky, but yeah.
At least you can tell who was who. I still like how Ben changed the pitch of Outlaw Knights right in the middle of this. He's like, it's like I made this. It's Outlaw Knights. It's about record store and hating Comicsgate. I mean, it sounds good to me. Does in the middle of it does it have a story that makes no sense about kids doing meth?
Oh yeah, and the shopkeeper at the record store is Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Don't give it away.
Did you see Earthworm?
No,
Dirtworm Doug.
No, no, I'm pretty sure when I read that, I started reading that book and the art just got so disgusting for me to look at that I just decided to just start skimming.
Yeah.
See if there's some good stuff here, and I'm like, and I didn't even know it was Mags' story. I read Mags' story.
Oh, you read the one about the meth kids? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it was hers.
Yeah, I
didn't even know it was hers.
Because
so, I read this thing, and I just was remembered being this is supposed to be this is supposed to have some kind of meta text going on here.
Mm-hmm. But they literally did it like it was a commercial interruption. That's what gets me. It was supposed to be a fucking PSA and shit like that. And
she was trying to take shots at right wingers. I knew that, but that was all I knew. I didn't know quite what her point was. I mean,
the only point I got was meth is okay. I mean,
she was trying to say
I can translate for stroke victims. I think what the meaning of that particular comic is that inevitably punk-like depictions are pro-state because You got to rebel against the street. You got to not do drugs. Those are very pro-state things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
So to be anti-authoritarian,
you got to do fucking
Need to
straight
do-
up crank. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Raptor.
ride them rails, ride that white pony, baby. Woo!
I mean, the only one I was, the only one we were really interested to see at first was the Renfamous writing, which.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think I read that one. I think I read like I don't think I read that one.
It's the metronome that takes over that gay dude and makes him kill his gay black husband.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm experiencing all the people's worst days.
That's literally
I'm
the
gonna take
dialogue.
this knife.
Literally
I'm
the
gonna
dialogue.
take this knife. Hey,
I remember-
the gay shit, right?
I remember I
Hello?
watched one of Zach's videos. He did like the opening. I saw the opening part of Renfamous's thing, and I think she had some kind of like that like the store owner starts off with, and I just remembered kind of cringing when I heard it.
Mm-hmm. Not a
Something about John
proper.
Mayer.
Yeah, not a proper welcome to the store or anything like that. Just whatever.
And I'm
It
fairly
felt like-
certain that was a trans black Lucifer. I'm not even joking. I'm fairly certain that was a trans black Lucifer that was the store owner.
It's crazy that Magdalene Visaggio and Renfamous would equate trans black people to the devil.
I know, right?
Then they would
Isn't that very
commit violence against
problematic?
gays, and not just gays, but gays of color.
Mm-hmm.
Well, deadbeat sounds like it's against diversity. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah. I like how one of Renfamous, one of her things was she said that well, at least you'll be able to buy my comics in comic stores. I'm like, where?
Oh.
Tell me where so I can avoid those places.
They're all dead.
You killed them.
Well, I looked it up.
it's
Like in
like,
the
you
back
know,
of the
get it
book,
for
there's
$1.
like they have a listing of like 10 or 12 comic book stores. So I'm guessing that's what she's talking about. But
But it's like, it's like at least mine will be in comic book stores. It's like, well, okay, well, can you guarantee they're gonna move?
This would be like if Tommy Wiseau was a total fucking asshole about The Room. At least we'll be at the Academy Awards because our film is in theaters.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. How's the best way to put this?
Although admittedly, that's exactly why he put it in that specific theater and ran it for as long as it did.
Yeah.
So he could submit it for the Academy Award.
Yeah. But okay, here we go. I just remember what I was going to say. Okay, Raptro.
Yep.
You recently purchased Goddess Mode.
Not recently.
Well, recently as in the last couple months. You've
Yeah, sort of.
okay.
I mean,
During the last
He was
fiscal
cursed with
quarter.
it.
purchased is a loose word because I don't even know if I paid it.
but what I'm saying is you bought it from a comic book store, right? Or
It came from a comic book store.
Let's just say he
Okay.
acquired
y'all shut the fuck up. I'm trying to make a point here.
possession.
And you had 6 issues of that book, right?
Yes. I
And
still have 6 issues.
oh yeah, obviously. But those 6 issues cost how much?
$1.
And not $1 each.
$1 total. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, at least they're in comic book stores, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I purchased them from my local comic book store.
Might I add, near. Are you near Portland?
Relatively, yes.
Okay, so you're close to the pretty much the
In one of the most liberal areas of America. Yes.
yeah, and they can't even sell that shit there.
That's because these motherfuckers don't buy comics.
Are you trying to tell me that these people that they're pandering to don't have fucking money?
Well, they have money, but they spend it on designer drugs and alcohol.
I would think they would be.
That counts as money.
I was going to say I thought they would spending it on rent on their $10,000 a month, 1 bedroom house that they're sharing with 10 people.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you want to be punk, you got to do white drugs.
Aren't they also buying those designer clothes that look like they will?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. And Madanui said this, but I actually do go to Goodwill to pick up shirts sometimes, like button-up shirts.
No, which is fine. It's just
no. The reason I bring this up is because the people around here, when something goes out of fashion or whatever, they will just donate to Goodwill because they can't sell it.
Yeah.
And I've actually gotten really, really nice like button-up shirts and that like don't have holes and shit in them for like fucking pennies on $1.
And that's something.
Yeah.
It was kind of. I saw a. It was this thing. My mom was watching the other day. It was one of those like "Where Are They Now" kind of things, and it was like one of the like the lead singer for the B-52s, and like all the stuff for their early albums, like Love Shack and all that stuff. You know where they got those clothes from? The goddamn Goodwill.
Yeah.
Because those are like 60s and 70s clothes that people just trying to get rid of, and they were donating to the Goodwill. And she says, "Well, I'm poor, and I also want to be in a band, and this looks like it'd be kind of cool to be in a band, You
You get some useful shit at the Goodwill. I got a laser player from the Goodwill initially. Got that working, so it's the stand that my 30-inch CRT sits on. I got that from Goodwill because they don't make anything that can hold that much weight anymore.
Yeah.
I tried to get a buddy that owns like a wood shop, takes commissions to build me an entertainment center that I can put all my consoles on, a flat screen, and a CRT, and he said no because he didn't want to. Because he didn't want to have to transport. Like, dude, I will arrange transportation. Build me my shit. Yeah. I will pay you money.
You really have a problem with like wanting to pay people to do stuff and they don't want to do it. You notice that?
Yeah.
You got a real problem. Like was it like was it the digital artist or something you had at one time for the game you're working on, and they wouldn't do the work, and he says, "How come you don't want me to pay you money?" or something like that.
Why won't you take my money?
Yeah.
My money it's right here. It's waiting for you.
You had that problem yet, Ben? You have it. It's like, hey, do you want to actually make some money? Hey, could you actually want to make some money? I'll pay you. And they're like, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, oh wow, okay.
Sorry, I just haven't gotten around to it. Like,
God.
No, I'm good for it. I've paid you before. And one of those, I'll pay you an installment. I promise you an amount of money, and then you had that much money.
Well, it sounds like Ben at least Ben has at least a good team behind him. Sounds like they actually want to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like they want this book. They want this book to come out and want it to succeed. That's
So yes. So what made you apply? I like money.
I don't know what it is, but it keeps me alive.
Yep. I can see Ben doing interviews now for his artist. It's like, hey, okay, so what can you bring to this project? I will do work for money. You're hired.
You know.
I don't know what it is about you, kid. You got something. I like it. Mox. I don't. Work.
Got to respect somebody that do work for money here. That's you're not a damn.
I mean, I had a guy lined up to do this book before render.
Mm-hmm.
He just flat out just stopped talking to me.
Oh wow! Was it because
he just dropped off the radar?
Is it because you won them dirty comic skaters? Was that what?
It was one of us. He just freaking just dropped off the map, and I was like, okay, I guess he doesn't want to do the book. I'm like,
did he suddenly realize that he might actually have to draw the comic?
I mean,
oh no, too much pressure.
Well, it's kind of like you can ask Xavier one time. We were trying to solicit online people to draw our submarine book, and the one person we found, a guy who had like a really good style, had a very 80s style, and I was like, that'll be perfect. So we approached him. It's like, hey, would you like to draw a submarine? And he goes, LOL. And it's like, well, that doesn't really answer the question. I said, let me try to be more matter of fact. I've got a project about an AI controlled submarine that's set in the 80s. Would you be interested in that? No. All right. Well, I mean, at least you gave me an answer. That's better than.
That's better than be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, LOL was not the answer, that I was looking for. It was just like, I think they thought I was joking. Like,
Yeah. You chose poorly.
One buddy.
What's going on, big guy?
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
And nobody here to play it. So sad. So sad. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Nothing. Man, tough night. Only 6 viewers. Jeez.
We lost our holes, so
yeah. Oh yeah, you notice Piper doesn't show up and nobody wants to come. That's whatever, man.
I mean,
bigots.
Yeah. Why do you have a problem with manly men? You notice that?
We have.
I don't know. We had a lot of people with Mike Murphy on.
Oh wow! Don't do that, Mike. Jeez.
I'm not comparing saying that he's just better. I'm just saying that it's this was the circumstances that occurred.
He's like, I'm gonna dig out of this hole somehow.
Yeah. I'm not saying bring on better guests next time. Shit.
Well,
Ben's like, well then, it's I don't know where to go.
Looking at any of my muscle-bound pirates at all.
Our fiddle.
Man.
He's like, well, that's well.
My ears are bright red.
How awkward. Yeah, bring up another person. That's not, no, I'm kidding. I saw it. I mean, I think everybody kind of runs into the same kind of groups now.
It's Columbus Day. It's Columbus Day. It
is Columbus Day. Yeah, that's what it is. Everybody's celebrating.
I should know that because I'm a fucking Native American.
we fucking talked about it.
Day.
We talked about it at 9. I called it Columbo Day.
Columbo Day. I think people would get behind that holiday.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
there you go. That's a good compromise.
Yeah, can we do Columbo Day where we just talk about
We don't need to talk about Christopher. We can talk about Columbo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We talk about
just hear about a murder that may have been.
Yeah, all the different cases he did. We have marathons on TV. It'd be great. You could debut a new movie one day. When you decide to remake it one day, it'd be great. It'd be fun.
No, but then we're gonna have to sell the rights to Disney first.
No. Oh yeah,
we'll have them completely just ruin it.
That's right.
With this new guy, and he's gonna completely shame and make Columbo look awful. And then they'll probably just kill off Columbo unceremoniously.
Columbo, a Ryan Johnson film.
The new Columbo.
Columbo,
right?
played by Robert Pattinson.
Exactly.
Every time Ryan, for his movie Columbo, just the Joker, he's just laughing uncomfortably, not saying anything. Holds up a card. I'm not laughing at any particular reason. I just have a condition.
I mean, let me look at. Let me check something here.
He didn't give women a chance. I
mean, Peter Falk's dead, so obviously he can't be Columbo anymore. But
he didn't give women a chance. So
he was a. Come on, you've seen Peter Falk. He was a good-looking man.
No, that's it. No, that's it. The sequel to Columbo, starring Melissa McCarthy.
Oh God.
It's gonna be.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I can do them better than they can do us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can do Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, I was just saying you want to use your words a little
mankind. Thank you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Can we bring back T.J. Hooker while we're at it? I mean, William Shatner's still alive, so we can still.
No, we don't need another Hooker. Melissa McCarthy's already getting done.
Yeah, but T.J. Hooker though, it's a different. That's a.
Oh.
It'd be a J.R.
J.R.
TJ's son.
Oh, okay. J.R. Hooker. Did he marry J.R. Ewing, and that's how they got there? Combine.
Who shot JR?
Yeah, combine all of these characters, all these old TV shows into like one big one.
Kind of like we did in our fucking 80s submarine book.
Yeah. That we can't find an artist for.
Are you an artist? Do you love the 80s? Do you think that all 80s action exist in the same universe? We have a project for you.
Yeah.
We have money.
We want to pay.
We can get investors.
Yeah.
Texas Church.
I can't
Meet me in the middle of the
give you any
canyon.
render quality, but
I have money.
So
I can't give you any render quality, but
Mhm.
I can draw you something. Rough, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
On a napkin.
Yeah.
I'd love me a napkin. Actually, you know what? That'd be an interesting like comic concept, like an entire book made drawn like ostensibly first on napkins.
Mm-hmm. That's how they did this.
And
That's how they did Spider-Man Clone Saga, Mike.
That would explain a lot.
That's literally how they did it. They got like halfway through and it's like, we don't know where we're going. Okay. They went out to dinner and they started like writing ideas on napkins and actually drawing some of it, like sketching it on napkins and shit. So, yeah.
So you guys played it fast and loose? Well, we did half of that.
We did loose. We didn't do it fast. Because then the Clone Saga go on. Like, it was supposed to be like,
years.
claim the Clone Saga was only supposed to last 12 issues and ended up lasting like 3 years. It was
Something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was ridiculous.
Never forget maximum cloning.
Yeah. Just remember, Ben, when you when it comes time to kill off a character, like one of your primary characters, make sure they stay dead.
Oh, dude, look, I've got plans.
Okay,
all right.
Well, that's good.
I've got plans.
Good.
Are they gonna get turned into cyborgs?
No. I mean, there are gonna be cyborg stuff introduced and androids.
Sounds good to me.
Are any of them going to get hit by an Isuzu elf and wake up in another world? Because that's a pretty popular thing to do in media.
I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong show.
Also, regarding that, check out Diggerito when we tend to upload those things.
I like it when you tend to upload them. Like, we don't have a schedule, just whatever.
Next one will actually go up.
Yeah.
I finally finished.
Okay. I don't know when that is because you broke up, but
Exactly.
yeah. So welcome to the show, Ben.
Greater force of incompetence you'll never see. Least and most of all, not me.
There we go.
Okay, so we've been going for a while. So Ben, let's give us the pitch on why you should buy Outlaw Knights and get people.
Well, I can. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. No, yeah, Outlaw Knights. I can tell you, I have this rattling around in my mind for about 10 years now. So I've got exciting plans. I've essentially concocted. I've given 110%, and I've concocted something I'm extremely proud of, and I love it to death. I got two amazing artists working with us who 110%. Like, this book is way better than I was originally expecting. So I could not be happier with what we're getting here, and we can't do it without you guys. So get a copy of this, and I hope that you guys love it as much as I do.
Damn.
There you go.
All right.
And also on top of that, links are in the description below for people who check out the broadcast later on. So it's very easy to get a hold of. And if you're watching it with the chat on, the chat bot does every once in a while post it in the chat. So you have no excuse. You can't say you can't find the link because the links is everywhere.
I bought the book too.
Yeah.
What's your excuse?
Yeah.
Amen.
There you go. I already bought the book. I'm probably gonna. I ain't gonna do it right now because I don't want somebody to see my information. Probably, go ahead and back it myself. But guys, thank you all so much for showing up tonight. We appreciate you. Hopefully tomorrow night we'll be around and we'll have some more fun. Until then, y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.